Sup players, SacGG, and today we're taking a look at the next updated ban list. Konami just dropped it. I have the evidence from X, or what was called Twitter back in the day. And yeah, let us just take a look at the list, guys. And in today's video, I'm just going to share my thoughts on the list, what I think about the list. So without further ado, let's get straight on into this. Alright, so I will beginning from unlimited and end out with forbidden. Alright, so the first card is Armageddon Knight is now unlimited. I will say that is actually fine because the card doesn't do that much. Again, everything it does is that it dumps a dark monster, so yeah. Red Rose Dragon, also something that doesn't do that much again, so I'm happy with that. Magic Spectre Kirin, that makes sense because of Magic Spectre was released in what's it called? I can't remember the set. What was it? Legacy of Destruction? Was that the set? I believe it was. So yeah. And also, guys, sorry for the lightning. It was pretty bad on the website that I found. I did find it on X, but yeah, let's continue. Performage plus Fire. Unlimited. It's fine, I will say. Wasn't that card banned? Is it just me, or wasn't that card banned so you just straight put it to free? Well, it's fine, I will say. I can't remember what the card does. Maybe I should look cards up before I'm making these videos, but never mind. Ancient Fairy Dragon at free, it's fine. It doesn't do that much. Most people will still just be playing one copy, so it's fine. Dinglong for first of the Young Thing. Also really cool to have that back at free. Again, it is a tuner, so nice. And last Time Seal, really cool card, I will say, because in the end it will skip your opponent's draw phase. So if you're playing against decks like Snake Eyes, then this will actually just allow you to skip the draw phase, so you can't use cards like Wanted, Seeker of Sinful Spoils. So really cool, I will say that. So overall, guys, for the unlimited cards, I will say it's fine. Actually, Konami hasn't done that much. Again, I will say unlimited cards usually aren't going to be, whoa, that is crazy. I would say cards like Time Seal at free, I believe it was, what was it? Wasn't it banned? I remember it was banned, right? I can't remember, guys. But yeah, cool. Alright, so now we go to the semi-limited, and the first one is Blast the Dragon Rule of Infernos, Redux, Dragon Rule of Boulders, Tempest, and Tidal. All the Dragon Rulers. That is actually cool. I will say that I really love that energy that Konami is giving here, because in the end, the Dragon Rulers, when they were limited, they didn't do anything. Now, they won't do that much again. Maybe we will see some more plays of the Dragon Ruler archetype, but again, it will not do that much. Lunalight Tiger at 2, I can't remember, wasn't that card just unlimited? So yeah, I don't know, guys. That is just my thoughts, and me personally that doesn't check the last ban list. So yeah, Thunder Dragon Colossus at 2. It's a little crazy, I will say, because last list we got him back at 1, and now we have him at 2. So yeah, it will be a colossal format. And last card is If the World Challenged Jessica. I will say, for some parts, I really, in the end, guys, when I'm looking at ban lists, sometimes I'm just looking at what cards could potentially be a threat in the future. And I will say the only thing that I'm seeing here on the semi-limited is Colossus. But yeah, my overall thoughts on this list is basically, it's overall of this semi-limited, overall of the semi-limited cards, I will say it could be fun to see the Dragon Rulers a little bit more in the format. So I like the idea that Konami is putting those cards back at 2, all of them. What I don't like is Colossus back at 2. So yeah, maybe we'll be beginning to see some Thunder Dragon decks again. or most likely just cards decks that shoot out Thunder Drain Colossus. But now we're going to the limited section. I'm really excited about this. Alright, limited already out from the picture. I'm assuming that Konami did make a mistake. But limited, first we do have Eva. That is interesting because Eva was banned before. That is something that I can remember. That card was banned before and now it's back at 1. So maybe we will be seeing, I don't know, some type of fairy decks. I can't remember what upcoming fairy decks is about to be released. I can't remember that. Probably there's a big reason for why it was banned back in the day. And that is just me that haven't played in that format. But now we're taking a look at some more interesting cards. And I'm just going to take both at the same time. Snake Eyes Ash and Snake Eyes Poplar. Limiting these cards doesn't... It does hit Snake Eyes, but it doesn't do enough for it to just kill it. I feel like that Konami should just kill Snake Eyes. And that is just my opinion, guys. They should just shoot Poplar, just ban the card, and kill it. And limiting Ash, it does make the thing that I talked about, that it will not kill the deck completely, but because of the upcoming sets, Snake Eyes will become a lot more disgusting. Basically I talked with some of my friends after locals yesterday, and we talked about that they need to just shoot Flamebirch because of upcoming sets, because of all of the new Illusion Fusion monsters. So yeah, that is basically the reason for why they just need to kill that deck. So in my opinion, I will say, Konami, you have kind of missed your biggest target here, which were Flamebirch and Poplar. Next we do have Gimmick Puppet of Strings and number Chaos 40 Gimmick Puppet of Dark Strings. I mean, it does make sense to limit these cards because of Gimmick Puppet and how Gimmick Puppet have actually made their reputation in events. So it does make sense to kind of also hit those cards. And I also believe that Gimmick Puppets of Strings can take control over one of your monsters because of string counters. I believe that is how it works. So yeah, next up we do have Branded Fusion, and I did have some thoughts about this, and sure, it does make sense. But I feel like that instead of hitting just Branded Fusion, you should hit cards like Albion or Gimmick Puppet Nightmare. But again, limiting Branded Fusion could potentially hit Branded. I will say the deck is not done 100%, but the funny part is now that Branded will lose more to hand traps. So yeah. Next we do have Opening of Spirit Gates. This does make sense because of Yubel. It does make sense a lot of because of Yubel, because that you can just activate one opening, search your Dark Raining Beast, and then search a second opening for follow-up, or search a name that mentions the Sacred Beasts. So yeah, limiting this card does make sense. I'm playing Yubel myself, so I hate this a little bit. But yeah, it is a fine hit, I will say. So yeah, it does lock down a little bit of our combos, because usually before, when opening was at 3, you could basically just pop off. You could just bait your opponent with hand traps. Now your Yubel players are going to be a little bit more stressed because of this. So I feel like it's fine. I'm playing Yubel myself. I'm enjoying Yubel, but I will say this is definitely a card that hurts the deck a little bit more than just hitting cards like Phantom of Yubel. Next we do have Pot of Prosperity. I will say it's fine. It's a decent hit, I will say. It doesn't... I know a lot of decks, because of consistency, are main taking free Prosperity. So I will say this is fine, because I'm playing decks sometimes where I'm not using Prosperity. currently I am using decks that are not using Prosperity, so I would say this is fine. Next we do have Sangan Summoning, and I feel like that was a really good hit. Hitting Tenpai Dragon's Field Spell really means a lot, actually, because Tenpai Dragon does have a lot of their consistency in their one card combos, basically, which is also kind of their field spell. So yeah, I would say that is a really good hit, because now there's a bigger chance that you can actually affect your opponent's Tenpai Dragon monsters in their main phase. If they can't get to Sangan Summoning, if you negate cards like Hydra, then that just means that they can't get to their Sangan Summoning field spell. So I would say, honestly, that is a good hit. Alright, the next card is That Grass Looks Greener. Having this card limited, that actually sounds a little bit fun, because what I remember from the card text is that if you have more cards like than your opponent in your main deck, I believe, then you have to send cards to the graveyard, so you equalize the same number that your opponent has. This could be troublesome, because a lot of modern decks right now in today's format relies a lot on graveyard effects. So yeah. But again, if you just use Shifter in a response, then the grass look greener can't be activated, because you have to send the cards and Shifter just prevents you from that. But again, it depends a lot on how you're looking at it. I would say it's cool. It is an more old school card, I would say. So yeah. Last card is Skill Drain, and that was something that I was hoping a lot on, that this card would be limited or banned. Like, again, Konami is still doing the thing that they are doing. They are limiting floodgates to 1 or banning them, and limiting Skill Drain is a really cool move of them. I really love that. I enjoy that, actually, that they have done that. So yeah, that is just something that I feel like is really cool and awesome. So yeah, but now let's go to the forbidden section. I'm a little bit terrified, but I'm also excited about this. So let us just get straight on to it. And I screwed up a little bit there, but yeah. Out from the picture, that is a little bit interesting. So the first card here, guys, is Fiendsmith Lacrima. This is a fine hit, actually. I will say I didn't expect them to hit any Fiendsmith related cards, but I feel like that this makes sense because of the burn damage that you can just quickly do in time. And when I was taking part in a OTS championship, I did meet Fiendsmith, and I hated this a little bit, because you are getting burned in time so easily with this deck. You can burn in time so easy with this engine, and I really hated it a little bit. So I will say it's actually fine. I do play Fiendsmith myself. I enjoy the engine. But I will say this is definitely a good hit for Fiendsmith. Either that, I would say if they have hit cards like Requiem, they would just have killed the entire engine. But banning Lacrima does help out a little bit. I will say that. Next we do have Appaloosa, Bow of the Goddess, and that was the damn time that card just got banned, because of Fiendsmith and Snake Eyes and every deck that can run the Fiendsmith and easily just shoot out an Appaloosa. It was beginning to become a pretty annoying format. So I will say banning Appaloosa here is definitely a great move for Konami. And I guess we all saw it coming. So yeah. Really cool. Next up we have Hot Red Dragon Archery and King Calamity, and that was also a card that we all kinda expected that was going to be banned. Because of decks like Centurion, and because of Centurion actually getting some more support later on in, what is it? Is it Rage of the Abyss that will be released 2 months from now? I can't remember. in October. I would say it's actually a great hit. It is annoying to get Calamity locked. I hate it. I was playing Blackwing Centurion at my locals yesterday, so I will say I actually didn't got the opportunity really to Calamity lock. I got the opportunity one time, but then I was like, nah, screwed. And my opponent also scooped before I could actually think about going into Calamity, because I did have Crimson Dragon on board. But yeah, banning King Calamity is a really good call from Konami. I will say that is just my opinion. So yeah, that is a really great hit. And the last card is Beatrice, Lady of the Eternal. And that was also kinda a card that we all expected to be forbidden. Because of Fiendsmith running around, easily making cards like this. I was playing against Fiendsmith here in the OTS championship that I was taking part in. So yeah, it was really annoying because you could just dump cards, and also because of Beatrice, you could dump cards like Transaction Rollback, and yeah, really annoying. I'm happy for all of the forbidden cards. I will say, even though that I play what's it called, Fiendsmith, I will say Lacrima is definitely the correct hit. I was just saying a sentence there that didn't make sense. Correct hit. But yeah, I would say all of these forbidden hits are fine. But now I feel like that I should just talk overall thoughts about this list. So guys, that was the list, and this is just something that I'm taking part in at my next locals tournament. Hopefully winning one of the convolutes or letters, what you're going to pronounce it like, with one of those cards on the screen inside. But overall, this list is actually a great list. The only downside I would say is that I have hoped that you would just have banned Popular and banned stuff like Flamebirch, or yeah, just killed Snake Eyes, because this deck has been around for what? How long has it been around? 6 months, 9 months? I can't remember. I just feel like that this deck should just die, but that is just my opinion, guys. I'm sure that I'm not the only one, but yeah. Overall, I will say the list is fine. The only downside is that he didn't kill Snake Eyes. So hopefully, after Rage of the Abyss, I believe that is the set there, we will be getting the new fusions in. Hopefully, Fiendsmith has been killed, or not killed, slowed down enough to not just be overpowered. Because of the Fiendsmith ban and because of Beatrice and King Calamity, I will say all of the bans are actually fine. I will say most of them, we did expect most of them, I will say that. King Calamity, Beatrice, Appaloosa, those three were definitely cards that we would have seen. The only thing that I'm a little bit sad about is kind of that they didn't limit cards like Phantom of Yubel or semi-limited the card. Because even though that I enjoy playing Yubel, that card is just stupid. You can just stupidly just summon it out without any kind of restrictions. Yeah, the only restriction is that you can summon using it from banishment, but again, you can still use cards in your hand, so it's not bad. But yeah, guys, what is your thoughts on the ban list? Let me know down in the comments below. And yeah, hopefully it will be a better format that we're entering. So, without further ado, that was everything for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you next time. Peace.